Good morning. Today we're going to be taking a look at the XRP price action, Bitcoin, and the Sigma coin. So checking in now here on XRP, we're going to be looking at an update from what we were expecting for yesterday. So zooming in, we had two setups and two plays that we were monitoring. And the price action since have kind of adjusted and changed how I was looking at it. So here on this one, we had the expectation that we were doing a 5-wave move to the upside with a shortened fifth wave for the USD pairing, but the Korean pairing gave us that full 5-wave completion right here. Then we were expecting that we were going to be looking at a flat structure that was going to come into play, where we were going to have a larger ABC to the side, and we still can, but things are starting to look a little bit different. So we have a 5-wave move down, an ABC up, and then another 5-wave move down. Okay, so we're like, okay, good. This is all looking perfect to what we have. But as of right now, this price action is looking very corrective. So as you've noticed here, as we're looking at it here on the Korean chart, you can see that we just have this like kind of resistance curve that's just kind of going like that. So it's just not ultimately working out to look very impulsive, and there's a lot of crossing kind of happening back and forth. So even if we were saying that this was like a 5-wave move to the upside, we have an ABC, and then we have another 5-wave move. Notice that this crosses right there and back tests, and so we could say maybe this is like a wave 1, and then like a 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and now we're starting to set lower lows coming into play here on the price action. So this actually looks corrective to me. So rather than this flat being the play here, maybe instead the alternative pattern is we now have a wave 1, wave 2 structure forming to the downside to finish out our 5th wave. So this would no longer apply here, and we would be looking at a larger kind of ABC move to the upside now at this level. So we would actually move up to an A, a B, and a C leg. Then we've actually now started to complete our 5-wave move to the downside. So we have a 1, 2, and then we continue 3, 4, and 5 down to a lower low. So this is what I'm expecting now, more primarily due to how this particular price action played out here on XRP. Adding confluence to this is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin also has completed a 5-wave move to the downside, and it too has a little bit clearer wave count, and you can see it's done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, an A, B, C, and now we actually have, let's get these marked here for you. So we have a 5-wave move off the lows, and then we have a ABC come into play here, where we end up having the corrective move to the downside, and then we have another 5-wave move to the upside here, which gives us the completion of our count to show that this is a corrective structure rather than an impulsive one, and we're stopping out at the 886 of this larger move to the downside. So this rollover is expected to occur and continue one more down, and this checks with our larger price action where we ended up having the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the downside of this larger next leg down. So one more sweep and one more low would probably be in the cards, and it looks like we already have wave 1 and 2 of that move lined up, which would be the equivalent of this portion right here, but a little bit more aggressive to the upside as it's getting rounded out. So regardless, so at this point, the expectation is Bitcoin's going to fall, XRP is going to fall, and we're going to end up setting one more low into this region for the Korean version. And because there's so much leverage on the US dollar version, we're probably going to see a complete sweep and even possibly lower down into these 268 range, where I don't expect the Korean version to get that low, but we do need to take out this potential wick. So maybe we'd stop in here, something weird, but that's the plan of attack. So liquidations. Plenty of liquidity that was taken out on the way up, and you can see we didn't quite close out this liquidity here last night when we came down to this region, and now we're rolling back. There was a ton of longs loading up through here, and now we got an opportunity to come in and sweep and make a new lower low on this price action down at 280, and that would actually check for clearing this region, hitting this mark that we were looking for yesterday with this pullback, and now we can roll over, and then it would just cascade and continue faster as all of that leverage gets taken out. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm looking at everything there. And then Sigma has been completing its bridge, so it's got its bridge going. Sell the news event, lots of buys came in, ended up having an ABC correction so far down. We do have this volume gap right here, but there is kind of like a sweep coming back up as everything is playing, and our 3-day is still bullish on the Stoch as well as the regular RSI here. So we're starting to work out of here, starting to try to get out of this endless forever triangle that we've been playing in for tons of time. But you can see we're starting to get the glimmers of price action moving to the upside, and we're closing this little wedge that's been forming here. So expecting a little bit more volatility through here, maybe another pullback, back test, so on and so forth. But we keep doing these higher lows, and so I'm expecting that we should continue to see this happen, and then eventually we can break out of here and be off. So but yeah, the bridge is live, so tokens are actually leaving the XRPL side to the Corium side, and there's some still workarounds there on that, but it's definitely going to be bullish for the chart because there'll be less supply, which will ultimately result in potential price appreciation. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful with what I was thinking. We initially were looking for that flat. What will invalidate this is the clearance of a new high. So if we end up grinding all the way up here, get a new high, there's still a chance of a flat, larger flat playing out, but that would be the invalidation. But as of right now, with Bitcoin's price action, I don't think that we're going to get that, because I think a rollover is most likely, and one more kind of flush after all this chop here. So, all right, thanks so much, guys, for watching, and we'll check into soon. Oh, one side note: I will be out of town, so videos will be less frequent. So, thanks so much. Bye bye.